Hello, Tammy. I'm just doing an experiment or Ray, I don't know who it is. I'm just doing an experiment using my tablet since I'm going to be out of town next Sunday. Can you hear me? Both of you. And obviously, you can hear me because I asked the question. Hello, Mr. Bertelson. How are you? I'm just doing a quick test of streaming capability on my tablet so that I can do Sidetrack Sunday remotely this Sunday. Hello, Jerry. How are you? As I've been telling folks, Jerry, I'm just doing a real quick test here. To see if I can do Sidetrack Sunday remotely on the road. We've had a death in the family with a funeral in St. Louis early next week. And so that's not the most flattering angle because my turkey neck is far too visible. I assure you, when I do Sidetrack Sunday, I will have a different camera angle. Thank you, Tammy and Jerry, for your wishes there. It was one of my sister-in-laws. My wife is from a family of 7 kids. She was the middle child. Now she's the oldest one surviving. So she's feeling her mortality, as am I. As am I. Thanks, Dwight. Appreciate your sentiments there. So I don't know when I do Sidetrack Sunday whether I'm going to be able to share a screen or that sort of thing. So I'll probably, I wonder whether I can. I wonder if I can just hold my. Yeah, I guess I could show some video content on my phone. It looks like it's reversed though. I wonder. It's not legible, isn't it? Yes, Jerry. I'm just using YouTube. I tried to use the Prism Live mobile app and it didn't work. Ah, I see, Tammy. Yeah, it came up backwards. That was weird. I don't know. Maybe there's a way to do that. I'm not going to hit the revert. There's probably a way to use the back camera, which would be interesting, and I could potentially use that. Let me try that. I'm going to try switching over to the back camera. There we go. All right, so it looks like if I use the back camera, the rear camera on the device, it's not reversed. So thank you all for being my guinea pigs. You know, Jerry, I'm stubbornly refusing to use the duck. I don't know why. Um, Probably the same reason I continue to use Google Voice for my phone service, which is I'm just a stubborn person who wants to use different technology than everybody else, to my wife's chagrin. But I don't know. I think I've achieved my objective. I think I can use YouTube for streaming on this tablet on Sunday. And restream, Jerry. Okay, I'll take a look at that. I saw, Jerry, you were using a new video editing software. How is that going? Remind me the name of that and how is that going? I did take a quick look at it because there was a watermark on your screen. So I took a look at it. That's right, Ray Bertelson. That power editor, right, Jerry? Yeah, I am just stubborn about that kind of stuff. But Since you all were so good enough to be on the stream, I'm going to switch over to the back camera and I'm going to show you my bench work, which I won't be able to share except as. So here is my first table I've been cleaning up. I've just got the backdrop kind of tacked in place so when my wife comes over, she can get an idea of what this is. So obviously I'm going to be putting plywood across here, 1/4 inch plywood, and then pink foam on top of that. And as you can see, this is it's essentially a shelf layout. There'll be tracks on both sides of the backdrop. It's going to be essentially a dog bone. So that's kind of what it's looking like right now. I'm not going to be putting the backdrop all the way across just yet because when I hook up another table, I'll want to span the gap. I want to span the gap between the table with another sheet of hardboard. So, hello, Mr. Benicki. How are you? I was just showing off my first table. I've got to say, it's 10 feet long, and that's too long. I don't think I'll do another 10. Thank you, John. I've got adjustable feet on each leg. You can see there, years ago, I bought 16 feet in preparation to make a layout. It's 3 feet wide, Jerry. So on this side, which is the first side that I'm going to scenic, I'm actually going to have the plywood come out another 6 inches. It'll be 24 inches deep in the center. I'm going to be building an auto transshipment facility, and I think I'm going to need a total of 5 tracks in there. The main line running through, and then 3 or 4 tracks for holding the auto racks. So I'm still working on thinking about the track work and whether I need some sort of a switching lead for that yard. So we'll see. The ones I find on the internet don't have a switching lead. So sorry, things are a little chaotic here at the shop, but maybe that's just the nature of a shop, or certainly my shop. So there you go. So that's my first table. So I'm encouraged that I can do STS and meet my commitment to the STS crew by just using my tablet, taking my tablet on the road. And it's probably better that I'm not trying to do anything fancy, sharing video or static photos in some sophisticated way, because Lord knows what kind of connectivity I'm going to have at a hotel. So I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. I'll use the camera on the back and I'll just show you pictures that way. And I'll just have to prepare in advance. So, well, Tammy, I'm not going to ask what you and Ray are working on because you're so good about sharing what that is. How would you rate your experience, Tammy and Ray, when you were in Atlanta? I believe that's where you went. It looked like you had a great time, but any final observations about that from you would be welcome. Yeah, I've asked about that, and I could switch with somebody, probably Ray. I'll find out later. I don't know that that would be very good for us in terms of we've already advertised that I'm going to be hosting. And I think I'm hosting 2 weeks after that as well. So it's kind of a quick turnaround time. Joe Rader, how are you? You know, still amazes me and is wonderful that I can jump online with a unplanned stream and boom, a lot of great people show up, and you're great people. So thank you for showing up. Joe, I liked your Facebook post about your puppy dog. I love that dog. You're a lucky man. So Jerry, I got my seeds. Most of you probably don't realize that Jerry and I have challenged each other to grow some peppers this growing season. Um, and so I've got my seeds now, Jerry. So after I do this trip to the funeral, I'll try and get them started here at the shop. I have no idea where I'm going to plant them. I don't think I have really good sun, except in the front between the shop and a very busy road. It's basically a lawn. I think that's the only place where I get 12 hours of sun where there's any space. There isn't any space behind the shop. The freight door side and the front of the shop get a lot of shade. Afternoon, they're in shade. So I'm not really going to get the kind of sun that I need for growing peppers. So we'll see. I don't know about you all, but it is in the 70s here in Pittsburgh. It's amazingly warm. I'm totally overdressed. Although you can never be overdressed with PK and W hat on, right? I mean that you're well dressed at any time. Jerry, I think we're going to be doing ancho chili peppers because I couldn't find them dried locally. But I splurged. In addition to the ancho chili, I got some sweet banana peppers, and I also got two versions of tomato. I think we both got the Boxcar Willie tomato. Yeah, John, I can't. I get it. I think they say. I had to laugh when I did research about the growing season here in Pittsburgh, and it said there are 185 days typically between the last frost in the spring and the first frost in the fall. So the growing season is 185 days long, so that means there's 180 days of winter essentially. And you probably have more where you are. Yeah, we're still going to get down in the 40s. Um, and I don't think you can plant outside until air temperatures are consistently 75 in the 70s anyway. So got a long way to go for that. Wow, 74. Yeah, Joe, you're a little bit south of Pittsburgh and closer to the ocean. So I would expect it to be warmer. So, Joe Rader, what are you doing after your great decal job for Jack Jack? What are you working on now? I'm sure you've got something going on, and I'll show you all on my screen what I'm working on too here. Assuming I can find it on this computer. I seem to be having problems with that. I think I've got it on Drive, actually. Nothing, Joe. You surprise me. You're always so active with projects. All right, let's see if I can. get to drive here. I certainly can't help you with that project, Tammy. I really do not enjoy electronics, so that's part of the reason I am going to go battery powered. So I'm going to switch my camera around here. So I am working, in addition to my bench work, I am working on a model of this structure, which I'm going to model with photos. And so you can see, for example, that back wall is got a lot of foliage and stuff around it, and I'll show you what I did to that that back wall as an example of what I'm doing. Where is the back JPEG? There we go. And here's what the back of the building looks like after I modified it, deleted all the foliage and all that stuff. So I'm going to be printing it out in HO size and cladding a polystyrene core. With that, and I've got pictures from my drone of the roof. So it's probably for the layout, Jerry. You know, I think I'm definitely going to be doing a fairly long video about it. I've realized I've been doing too short videos. I need to lengthen my videos. My longer videos that are really tutorials and have a lot of graphic elements and steps laid out on the screen do very well. So I need to do more of those. But I think it's a good structure for modeling with photos because it doesn't have a lot of texture to it. The roof has texture, and the roof of both of the awnings over the serving windows of the coffee shop have texture. They have some sort of siding on them that is ridged. But I'll be able to replicate that with plastic sheet. I'll build the roof without a picture. I'll build the eaves, the awnings over the coffee serving windows without using photos, and attach those to the structure to give it a little three-dimensional character. But I had to do a ton of photo editing, not only to remove those plants like I showed you, but there are some really big like traffic control columns, orange barriers that were blocking the view of one side. So I had to remove those and clone over textures and things in order to make the shop look right. And on the front of the building, there were a ton of there was furniture and umbrellas and stuff. And so it was really hard to let me see if I can find a picture of that. So I did a ton of work. Here's the back. So here's kind of the side of the building, but towards the front, and you can see it's got all those stickers and everything, and it's got that orange traffic barrier to keep people in line for coffee. And I had to figure out ways to get rid of that so that I would have a clean picture of the side of the structure. So it was a challenge. But that's what I'm working on right now when I'm not screwing and gluing. Okay, Tammy, take care. Jerry, this coffee shop, I used to go to this coffee shop every time I went to Angelo's Hobbies in Haltom City, Texas. And you could see the picture of the back. On the side, it has a map of Texas, a silhouette of the state of Texas. Things that were all going to be very difficult to replicate if I wanted to model this without using photos. And so I figured I would just use photos to do it. So here you can see I've already started work on this picture that you saw. Boy, it's going to be hard to. This is a good lesson for when I'm going to be live streaming. You can see I've already started replicating the vertical lines of the lights, and then I had to eliminate that awning from the photo because I'm going to be hanging a three-dimensional awning on the side of the building. And so, and you can see underneath the awning, and also up to the left there, you can see underneath the eaves are like wood planking with embedded lights. So I found a picture of wood flooring and I put little lights on it, a grid of lights. So I'm going to print that out and then cut out pieces of photo and paste them up underneath the eaves and up underneath the awning to simulate that. So it's become quite a project. But I think it'll look good. It'll be interesting to see the, so here's the back, and you can see the large 151 logo and the word coffee. That's going to be hard. That's going to be hard to, that would be hard to replicate. It's very small, right? Here's the other side. There's a view kind of the side and the back. Oh, I see. The map of Texas is only on the front. Let's go around to the front. There you can see there's the front of it with all those umbrellas, furniture. And I basically ended up, sorry about my shaky hands there. I basically ended up recreating half of the front and the bottom of the Texas, the state of Texas, the bottom point, because here you go. This is the picture I had to use to recreate the front of the building. And so I basically had to rebuild the entire front, which is glass panels, deleting all of that material in front of the building. But here you can clearly see the eaves and the undersides of the awnings with all those lights and planking. So, but again, I'm going to use pictures to replicate that. So, and I've got those done. I'm just waiting for some good photo paper to use. Let me show you the roof while I'm at it here. And I got my drone out and I took pictures of the roof, and you can see it's got this corrugated siding kind of material on it. Very simple. It's sloped to the back of the building. There's a gutter back there. That's the only guttering on the property. So pretty, that's right, Lee. There's nothing like the joy of scratch building. And to make the air conditioner on the back there, I did order from Digicom. I'm not sure. I'm kind of a paper model guy. I do like to make containers and stuff out of paper. And so I ordered HO scale air conditioner models from them. So again, it's just a digital file. You print your own. So I did do a video about making containers from paper, and that used a lot of the Digicom design material as well. So Well, I can see one disadvantage of using YouTube's app for streaming is the chat only shows up when someone makes a comment. It disappears off the screen, and then I don't know. I can't go back and look at historic comments in chat in order to mine them for discussion topics or even see who's still on. So that is a little, let's see, maybe there's a control over here. No, I don't know. Well, this is good enough. Good enough to for me to do STS using the basic YouTube technology and my phone to display pictures. So I guess I'll have to take some pictures of my bench work so that I can have those on my phone and show them to folks not on this stream, which I will do. I'm in the process of moving the bench work behind me, freeing up the lobby area where it's currently residing, and so I've got a significant amount of work to do on that table. Obviously, getting the plywood down, getting the pink foam down. That's right. All I can see is a head count, Ray. That's all I can see. Like, hey, Trackside Mike, how are you doing? This was really just a test. I'm streaming off my tablet. I'm going to be traveling next Sunday, so I'm trying to just figure out whether I can do my Sidetrack Sunday stream on Sunday, which it looks like I can. So I'm excited about that. Another successful test, I guess. So I'll have to be more prepared than usual because I won't be able to rely on pictures on my computer. I'm going to have to put them on the Google Drive and then access the Google Drive on my phone. But should be able to make it work. That's good. I've got a list of topics already, and I'm sure I'll develop a couple of more before Sunday. Although one of them is a little bit dated. It's all about that kerfuffle on AML, where Lionel Strang put his foot in his mouth, and a bunch of his other participants as well. That was kind of humorous. So I don't know. Human society is endlessly fascinating. Endlessly fascinating. So in terms of my structure, I'm going to flip the camera around and we'll take another look at this overhead view. I'm trying to figure out how much of the exterior I'm going to model. You can see there on the one side, there's a white trailer full of supplies for the business. And they no longer use the right-hand side of the window for drive-up purposes. And, but I'm thinking I probably need to at least make the concrete pad that's underneath the building and probably that ordering sign at the top. I'm sure I can get some kits, 3D printed or otherwise, of some chairs and some umbrellas to finish the front area there. But then it would be like a standalone model. It would have a nice base, and I could drop it on a layout if I wanted to. So I'll probably do that. It's going to require me, and I've had to figure out, am I going to do that trailer that's there or not? Right now, I deleted the trailer from my images so that I could do a clean side of the building. There's not a lot of stuff going on. It's just a concrete block wall on that side that's been painted black. But I'll have to figure out whether I want to do that or not. They do make a good cup of coffee, by the way. So here is the front of the building after I removed the umbrellas and the tables and everything, and I had to kind of recreate the tip of the state of Texas. It's not perfect, but I figure for HO scale it's good enough. And those thicker areas, there's a service window there in the front where they can serve people sitting on the patio. So, but most of this is, just window areas that I kind of had to clean up, and I faked some reflections of clouds in the bottom windows just to give it a little bit more verisimilitude. Yeah, I'm not sure where this is going to go on the layout, Ray. I'm not that far along in my layout planning, but I just love building models. I so I'll probably just build the entire structure. If it never finds a place on the layout, so be it. But I'm having a lot of fun experimenting with using photos to build models. Let me see what else I've got here. See if I can. I'm pretty sure I showed you this one before, but this is the back. Not only did I have to simulate the bottom third of that large electrical box, I also had to simulate the shadows falling from the box. So it was an interesting adventure trying to get that to look clean. Just trying to find a view of this that I haven't shown you all. There's that trailer you can see over to one side. There it is, a side view of the trailer with the supplies for the coffee shop in it. So I don't know whether I need to go that far making that or not, but it's possible. Probably wouldn't be too hard. And there's kind of an overview of the whole structure. It's very simple. So the top I'll just make with, sheet styrene and put a little edge around it, and then put the some corrugated sheet on top from Evergreen or Plastruct or somebody. So, there's a good shot of the eaves. You can see that wood and light and the lights that are in there. So I'll be doing that with photos as well. There's a front view. So, all right. Enough of that, I guess. So, Ray, what are you working on right now? And Jerry, I still need to watch. I think you have your layout update 5. I need to watch that. Sorry. I've been busy. Been busy. And days like today, when I spend 2 hours at the gym, I'm pretty shot. I can't get very much done. I did come in here and re-glue all of the backdrop supports on my my table, because just using 2 drywall screws, they really were not staying secure, so I glued them. And speaking of glue, Jerry, I believe it is you that recommended Tight Bond Quick and Thick. And man, that stuff is excellent. I did order some of that off Amazon, and it is excellent. Doesn't go anywhere when you put it on. It's not running, which is great. It's thick. I can't testify to exactly how fast it dries or how strong it is, but boy, that is some good glue. That is some good glue. So anybody who's doing, and it seems to say it's multi-material, multi-surface, Jerry. I don't know if it's, let me go over and grab the bottle. 15-minute set. Okay. It says it's a multi-surface glue. Home and crafts, water cleanup. I know that's reversed, but that's the stuff. Boy, I'm really impressed with that, Jerry. Oh, you've used it on plastic. That's good to know. Yeah, I may actually use it in my photo project. I've ordered some Krylon photo preservative spray. Okay, all right, just thicker. That should make the pictures waterproof, and also it preserves them. Photos fade after 4 or 5 years, right? But if you put these preservative sprays, you can double their lifespan before the colors start to fade. So I'll probably do that. If it can last 10 years and I'm 77, I'll be a happy camper. I'll be a happy camper just to be alive at 77, frankly. But I should be able to then use a PVA type glue on a photo. I'll do a test, obviously, on a scrap image or something. But I got to figure out exactly how to glue stuff to the surface of a photo. And that tight bond might be the ticket. We'll see. Gonna have to, it's got like cables with, some detailing on them for holding up the awning. So I'm gonna have to do that probably with stretch sprue. I didn't realize Lowe's had it. I think as soon as you told me, I just ordered some just to see what it was. But I didn't use it until this layout project came along. I've been just using regular yellow wood glue. Interesting. Okay. Well, again, thanks for the tip. Yeah, Jerry does not steer us wrong when it comes to materials. So, what's the next step on your layout, Jerry? What are you doing next? Are you lighting that thing? It looks like it's kind of got a shadow box type design. So looks cool. I am not doing a shadow box. I'm not doing anything special on lighting. You can see this space has, oh, you already did LEDs. Okay. You can see this space behind me has got all kinds of crazy lights in it. And one of those works behind me. The two can lights don't work. I don't know whether they're defective, not wired. I'll have to see. But I think all I'll probably be doing is replacing. You can see there's all kinds of crazy lights here. And those all work, but I'm gonna probably replace some of the fluorescent tubes with LED fixtures and just hang LED panels off the ceiling to provide light on the layout. So, one of the biggest lessons of building this table is this is going to be a big layout. Because that's just 20 feet of run, and I didn't measure, but it's probably going to be 250 feet of run at least. So that's a lot of construction, a lot of planning. So it's all fun. It's great. It's great to have the time, the talent, and the cash to do it. So I'm gonna get busy at it. But the reason I built this one table up front was, of course, to learn, to find out whether my concepts about how to make the tables were accurate and going to work, which I think they are. It's pretty darn stable right now, and I think with once I skin it with plywood, it'll be rock solid. Um, so I did learn that I made a few mistakes. I've had the jigsaw out nipping stuff off where things didn't quite the square, but they projected out too far. So I've had to make some changes, just little tweaks. And again, based Boxcar Jerry's was skeptical, I think, about me just screwing things together. I needed to use glue, and he was absolutely right. Um, I had to I had to glue a lot of things that I had just screwed because they were shaken apart. So I'm going to glue everything. I'm not going to live that long. So to make major changes to this layout, I don't think. And if I do, I do. But I don't. I don't want the thing coming apart. I have to move it around a little bit now in the shop until I have the final layout plan done, and I have spaces on the floor marked out, and I've positioned this thing in its final location. It's going to have to be moved around, and so I'm just going to glue everything from here on out. I'll glue the plywood to the top and glue the foam to the plywood, and I think it'll be pretty stable at that point. So, but it's been fun. It's been more than 30 years since I built benchwork. So it was great to relearn that. My last layout was an around the walls in a small bedroom in a townhouse in Fairfax, Virginia. And so over 30 years ago. So been a long time. Been a long time. So I am gonna end the stream in a couple of minutes here, so I can get back to work. But I want to thank all of you for coming on here. Joe Rader, Jerry, Trackside Mike, Tammy, Ray Bertelson. I'm leaving people out. Again, I don't know how to, oh wait, maybe if I hit this. There we go. Lee, who else is here? Okay, there we go. I just had to set the controls to see the, to be able to see all of the comments. So just got to learn how to use this YouTube. Oh, they're fading out. There we go. John Benicki. Tammy, I said. Ray Bertelson, I said. Joe Rader, I said. All right. Well, I guess that's everybody. So 30 seconds before I figure out how to end the stream. But thank you all for hanging out with me for a few minutes, listening to me babble on, and let me test my technology. I will see you on Sunday night, if not before then, on one of your streams. So thanks again for watching and being part of the community and part of my community. It's an unexpected pleasure to have this community. I never thought when I started getting involved in YouTube that would be one of the highlights, but it is. So thanks to you all. All right. Have a great evening, and maybe I'll see you online in somebody else's stream later today. Take care.